All right, so welcome back. Hoping you're having a fabulous day here today. Got a bit of a fun one here. So I was waiting to cover this because, safety reasons. Second, this is going to get announced tomorrow or the day after. Most likely, given I think it's a single unit banner. That's a Friday announcement. But again, sometimes they always kick it in Saturday because their marketing just changes. It's a very random thing, but Nikke has a system that operates very randomly. Yeah, so today, let's talk about it. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe, helps out a ton. Also, we have some spots in our union. I believe this is an NA union, so keep that in mind. The name is, yeah, you can kind of understand the name. But yeah, we are 2 members away, so while I'm joined, go join. Yeah. So first thing, before I get attacked, Nikke devs, I love you. You're the greatest, right? Realize that this is not my fault. This is your fault, okay? There's leaks everywhere. They exist in every nook and cranny of the community. You know what? Literally. They spam the leaks on your own posts. I can't do anything about that. Literally, it's shared everywhere. By the time I get to it, everyone's already known about it. So I'm in a good area, gray area, right? Because if you literally go to the Nikke post, sometimes you'll just see leaks spammed in them because that's just how people are. So I can't stop that. I guess that they can't stop that either. So just keep that in mind. But again, we already know some great information here. So first, if you don't already know, yes, Mast, Anchor, 2 characters that were introduced in Helm's story originally. They also were reintroduced in one of the stories for Neon's. I think it's a Neon story or an encounter story in the entire outpost, but these 2 characters exist. We originally thought this was See You Again. This was the part 2 of the summer event. We have now the confirmation that these 2 are not part of the summer event in the capacity of together, correct? We have a split down here where this character has been kind of shoveled off, if you will, let's say shoveled off into a different area of the game, which I will show you in a second here, and that area is in fact the Golden Ship. The Golden Ship event is in fact separate. Just keep that in mind. It is not the same as See You Again. Again, Anchor will be a NPC in this event apparently, but nothing more than just an NPC, okay? Simple as that. That's what we know. Also, if you look at the character art over here for the Golden Ship event, there is a character in the back there, and guess who that is? That is a Pilgrim. Here is a much better version, a much more clear version of the image. That is, in fact, the Pilgrim that is Chime, I believe. Is it Chime? Crown is somebody else, right? Crown is somebody. Okay, it's Chime. I think that's it. I'm definitely potentially wrong here, so please fact check me, all right? But that's it right there. That is in fact one of the Pilgrims. This is the character's art, full body. Again, you can clearly see, this is on the freaking Reddit. Been on there for 2 days, 880 upvotes. By the time I'm getting to it, people have already seen it. Got it? Good. Again, this is potentially our next Pilgrim. That's the notion that's been kind of thrown around. I still think that, yes, it could be. It's on the Pilgrim lineup. It's going to have it at some point. But I do think there's other characters they wanted to introduce first. And then again, there's also, most likely, the Liberation system getting an update in the coming months, where that will have a Pilgrim that is a heretic, right? So again, that has to happen too. So if you were looking for, people are speculating some Pilgrims that are going to release as banner units. Remember, yes, they exist in the files, but there's a very high chance they still become a Liberation unit. We don't know what happens, right? It's clearly shown to us that Nilister was not hyped, so I think that they're going to backtrack. But again, it's shift up. They can definitely full send and just release another one. Because remember, in the end, they're making a lot of money on the gems that you spend to reset to make it faster, which people did. To get Nilister, they did. So we don't know, but definitely, we are expecting maybe a Pilgrim soon before we get the anniversary, or only at the anniversary. If it is the anniversary Pilgrim, I don't think it's Chime. Okay, definitely don't think it's Chime. If there's one in the middle, definitely could be Chime or somebody else that's been introduced through story. There are plenty of characters, and there are plenty of characters that have already been speculated to hit the game again, but we have an introduction for this character, a brand new Pilgrim, which they could easily just, shuffle in somewhere. Again, people have already expressed that they do not like this design at all. I've seen a lot of people talking about it, saying it's probably the worst Pilgrim design we have. And again, I also want to make this very clear. This character is only appearing as an NPC in this event. That is what has currently been put out there. There is no idea yet if this character becomes a character, which we'll find out tomorrow, the day after, the day after. But again, I don't believe so. Probably not. There's nothing else in the files about this character. Mainly just an NPC that will pop up in the event, say what's up, be introduced to you, but be introduced as a Pilgrim. So the potential is there in the future to see her release as a Pilgrim, but I still think people are pushing this as the thing that it is the next Pilgrim. It could be, but they have introduced some other Pilgrims that we need to see at some point, which were introduced prior to this. It's in order that has to happen. But again, Chime could pop up anywhere. Crown could pop up anywhere. Libralio could pop. I don't know the name, but Cheeky proper anywhere too. It's random. We don't know. It's just, it can happen at any point. Definitely if this Pilgrim is, like, if we don't get a Pilgrim banner till the first anniversary, hell no. I don't think Chime is the first anniversary unit. Hell no. They're going to choose someone hyped, but Chime? Nah. For me, hey, there's much better leaked Pilgrims out there. There's much better. So I will definitely say that. But again, this was a Pilgrim that's been introduced and will be introduced to you in the story. So do keep that in mind. But again, the Copium can now start. It can go back to the beginning. If you watch that one Digimon movie, you know what I just phrased there. But yes, See You Again Part 2. That is going to be absolutely immaculate if it is not Anchor. There is still a chance that Anchor may make her return, you know, being an NPC here, just popping up here. That could definitely happen, but I would be very happy and very ecstatic to see separate characters being Sugar and, again, you know who. So definitely would be an absolute blast. The Copium can now start again, and now it's confirmed. Right now we have the name of the freaking event. It's called Golden Ship. It's not called See You Again. We already know that See You Again has to be named as the summer event. So whatever Summer Part 2 is, it has to be named See You Again, okay? So because of that, it opens up a good area here where we may get what we're looking for. Also, it opens up an area where, yeah, it could just be Anchor. It literally could be. So, definitely a stupid thing because it would make more sense just to make a 3-week banner for Golden Ship and just shove Anchor in there. Why the fudge would you make a See You Again Part 2 and then just shove Anchor there? Makes no sense. Also, it is true that See You Again Part 2 has to be, in my opinion, in my fullest opinion, has to be some sort of like a double banner system, because whenever they do like an island event where it's like a full map, it's usually a 3-week hyped banner, for example, like a Pilgrim, right? Or a double banner, correct? That's usually the case of how they handle the big map events. Again, if you look at it like the collab map, that was because it was a double banner. If you look at it because of Dorothy, that was a Pilgrim for a 3-week event period. If you look at it for like Christmas, that was, again, you know, an event like that. Sometimes it's mainly that way. But again, who knows? They could pull anything here, which would be pretty stupid. I do hope to see, you know, those characters that were introduced in the summer event, you know, get their time to shine. But again, the possibilities are kind of left to imagination, where we don't know what they're going to do or how they're going to approach it. Right now, there are no leaks at all for anything beyond Mast, Anchor, and that's it. There's no animations for Chime, so really, we don't think Chime's going to be a character just yet or anytime soon. But again, things change, right? People said like, no, we're not going to get, what is it, Nero? That's not happening. And then Nero popped up. So remember, it's always just, with this game, the amount of assets they have lying around, they don't have to update it, they might just have to release it, correct? So at the end of the day, as much as we want to rely on leaks, we can't really. So we don't know what's going to happen. Yes, there are no leaks for a Sugar or any sort of summer variant like that. But again, anything can happen. So we'll have to wait and see what they do. It could also be Yan and Litter as the 2 summer units, and those aren't costumes; those are brand new units. That could definitely be the case. But again, simply put, as I've stated like 3 times, we just don't know. All right. But yes, you have a Pilgrim. She will be appearing, a new one. This could be a Pilgrim in the future. This could be the next one, potentially. But yes, at some point you will get Chime. That has to happen. But again, even if you don't like that, that's there. Mast is going to be probably your next banner. Again, this is speculation. I don't know much here, right? Wink, wink. But yeah, so at the end of the day, that's kind of what we know. And again, this has been shared everywhere. I can get attacked for it. Shift up. You literally have it floating in the, you know, cyberspace just everywhere. All right. At the end of the day, that's really it. But I do want to share that with you. Again, this gets announced tomorrow, so I wait till the not very last second, like 48 hours away, but still last second, right? You know, let's just go with that, all right? Peace out and enjoy. That's been it for me. Quick little video just to announce this, share it with you, and just so you are aware. Again, do not get too hyped for See You Again. I want to make that clear. It could be Anchor. Anchor could just pop up and say, what's up? And we just get screwed right there, right? So again, could happen, but we don't know. It's a summer island event, so it has to be most likely a big event with multiple characters, or just a 3-week banner, like, you know, anybody. So the potential is there, but we don't know. So don't get too hyped, but again, you can remain with a little bit of copium. Don't get too negative, just right in the middle, right in a nice gray area. That's about right.